It's your host, Raina, the Spicy Queen with Spicy Queen Radio, and I'm here to answer some relationship questions. Don't mind the hair. I need to get a haircut, and I need to get some mousse so I can actually mold my hair, which I'll be coming back to the U.S. in a couple months to do all that. And if you want to meet me in the A, get in my inbox. But nonetheless, I wanted to help the girlies, the guys, the non-binary out. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since I've checked my, I think how you pronounce it is Tellonym. I'm not really sure, but here are two questions that popped up on my feed. So the first one is, what if, oh, let me see if what's the name's on. I had to make sure the mic was on because I would really be upset if I recorded a long ass video. Anyways, okay, so what if I'm gay but don't want to tell my parents? Do I have to? Well, that's a great question. I would say no, you don't have to. Depending on your age, depends on what that effect would look like. But let's give two answers. Let's say you're underage, you're still like in school, you're still school age, and perhaps this affects the way that you want to dress and express yourself and perhaps have a partner. I would say there's more than one way to, like let the cat out the bag, if that's a good expression. To come out of the closet. There's more than one way. It doesn't have to be, hey fam, I'm out the closet, like, even though that's great, you know what I mean, but your safety comes first, and that means physical safety, that means mental safety, spiritual safety. If you feel as though by telling your caretakers or your parents, or your guardians, whoever you're staying with, that it's going to put you in a worse predicament, I would say tread lightly. Always have an exit strategy, an exit plan. And this is coming from someone who has had their family turn their backs on them. This isn't about me, but basically my grandparents said they accepted me, but then turned around and treated me horribly, where I had to leave the house at 17 and get my own apartment. They never admitted that was the reason, but that had a very strong reason. Like, I couldn't even bring my significant others over the house until I was like 25, and still that was like uncomfortable. If you feel as though maybe writing a letter, or, I saw a suggestion that maybe when you all are watching a movie together, pointing out like, hey, I think, the gender that you're attracted to is attractive. Say you're a boy. I feel like, Will Smith is attractive. Or if you're a woman, I feel like J-Lo is attractive. I'm just saying random names. But and see their response, see their response, and then you can gauge it from there. But always, always, always protect your heart, protect your safety, and find a community that's going to support you. Sometimes it's not going to be your parents. It's not going to be your family, and you're going to have to be okay with that. So get okay with that first, and then everything else will follow. If you're of age, same advice, honestly. I'm not going to downplay and say, oh, just because you live on your own, and assuming that you live on your own, because not everybody's, people fall on hard times, things happen. Same advice, tread lightly, and don't expect so much from people, because unfortunately, a lot of people that age, in that age range, like 40 plus, have closed minds. Now, the other question is, let's move this up here. I just got into my first queer relationship, but I still feel attracted to the opposite gender. Does that mean I'm not actually gay? Now, this is a really, really good one, because I struggled with this when I first came out. I am pan now. If you don't know what that means, I'll explain in another video, but basically, it's not that I like everyone. That is not the case. Gender does not matter to me as far as what love is and what love can be. I can love a woman, I can love a man, I can love a transsexual, I can love a non-binary, but I'll get deeper into that in another one. But to answer this question, I would say, I saw another advice. It said, just because you suddenly like oranges doesn't mean that you never like strawberries. Or just because you are right-handed, it doesn't mean that you're suddenly going to be left-handed. Which means, and all that, you don't just stop liking something. You don't just, you can be disgusted, for sure. Like, I think there can be some like PTSD or trauma from maybe dating the opposite sex, or finally realizing that you never even really was attracted to them. But this question is saying that you were attracted. And there are a lot of attractive people in this world. You would be lying to yourself if you said that you weren't attracted to someone. Now, dating them and procreating and having a life, just get specific with that, and maybe discovering that you're bi, you like both. So those are my advices. If you all want any other advice, definitely click the link in the bio so that you can get on Tellonym, I think that's how you pronounce it, and I will answer these questions. I'll try to answer them every Sunday, but honestly, y'all, I'm so random. Y'all know that, and I'm traveling, so yeah. Oh, and in other news, please, please, please subscribe to my Spotify, Spicy Queen Radio. I know it says Spicy Radio on my thing, and I'm going to get that redone, but it's Spicy Queen Radio, and the link is in the bio. And if you want to be a co-host, audience member, or just a guest, definitely get on my calendar by clicking the link in the bio and scrolling down to, I think it's the third one, whatever. Get on the calendar or whatever. Y'all know how to read.